Everybody, Amanda Coles is here. She's an image consultant and wardrobe stylist. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Amanda was here for the shoot I did for Chloe magazine last week.
Oh, it was last week or 2 weeks ago? I think it was almost 2 weeks ago now, yeah.
Smokes. And so we were, as she was helping me get into all the different outfits, we just started chatting, and we were chatting about image consulting and how people aren't... I always, I was saying to Dave, going into the break, used to buy my pants way too big.
Yeah.
Always did, until a girlfriend of mine pointed it out, and I stopped doing it. So there are a lot of simple mistakes people are making.
Definitely. I think one of the biggest mistakes is actually people don't realize their size. And I find that people aren't in tune with their body shape and their proportioning. So I find that's where like the root of all mistakes happen, because then you end up spending money on things that you never wear, that don't fit, that you fuss with, you're uncomfortable. So I think there's a lot of elements that come from not understanding.
So sizing, and meaning most people buy sizes larger than they actually are.
Way too big. I've had clients that have been a size 4 and wearing a 14, and I've been putting on their clothes. And I'm like, look, this fits me, and we're completely different sizes.
And that's not a matter of comfort.
I think sometimes we look at ourselves and think we are bigger than we are. And I think, too, they try to hide things, but in actual fact, they're actually adding weight, so you're actually looking bigger.
Okay, let's bring your very sweet and brave friend out who decided to be, was going to show these are the don'ts.
So basically, looking at her, do you feel that you see anything overtly wrong off the bat?
No, not at all.
No, right? This is something that you would see walking down the street, and it's okay. There's nothing overtly wrong. But then when I start to dissect, you're like, oh, yeah, I get that. So to start off, the denim is very, very light. So if you're quite thick on the bottom, that's where all the attention go, because your eye automatically is drawn to the lightest part. Okay. And overall, too, it's just a little out of date, and it's a little too casual. We are getting a little bit more casual with workplace, but we find that opting for a darker denim is a little bit more appropriate. So a darker wash is definitely something that you want to wear opposed to the lighter wash. And the top here, it's very, very loose. She is quite chesty, so what's happening is it is just draping straight from her chest and creating sort of a lump in the middle, which she doesn't have. It's not showing any shape, so it's just actually doing nothing for her. And then talking about the scarf here, there's nothing wrong with the scarf, the way it's sitting. It's more the color. This is actually the wrong color for her, so it just doesn't do anything for her. It doesn't make her eyes pop. It doesn't make you want to say, oh, you look amazing. You know, there's those colors that you just see and you're like, wow, you look really good today. You look really, really fresh, and it's always to do with color.
And you're right. This is a perfectly fine outfit. Someone could walk out the door and not think much of it. Okay, she's going to go change, correct? What's your name?
Shannon.
Shannon? So I don't keep calling you she. Thanks, Shannon. Shannon's going to go change.
You're going to go pop.
And we're going to go put on...
Snap, crackle.
But that's a good point you make, too, about people buy big clothes because they think that they're camouflaging, when in fact, if you get something fitted, that will actually probably do you a lot more favors.
To be tight. I think what the misconception is, people think, oh, tight means fitted. And I understand they're going to be the uncomfortable factor when you switch from the extremely loose to something a little bit more fitted. But obviously, you don't want there to be pulling. You don't want to feel like you can't drive and you can't move your arms, because that's sometimes what happens. So, you know, comfort is very important too, but you want to make sure that you look put together, because that will make you look younger, it'll make you feel better, and in turn, you're going to walk with your head up a little higher, you're going to feel more confident.
Does this become second nature after a while? You don't have to spend half an hour in front of the mirror.
No, we don't. And I think it's a process that you sort of go through, and eventually you get it. And that's
something we were talking about, too, when we were doing the shoot, that it changes the way you feel about yourself, therefore changes the way you present yourself to the world. Like we were talking about, because I've been this mom, when moms just kind of, you spend your whole day, every day, in track pants. Or yoga pants. And, once in a while, if you put on... I remember one day making a decision. I'm like, I need pants with a button. And it changed my whole way of walking around and how I felt about myself.
Yeah, and it's the small little things. It's just understanding those small things. Like, for instance, if you're a busy mom, a great way is getting tops with applique. So it already acts as your accessory. You're not having to layer on pieces and being confused what goes with what. It's already done for you. So you throw it on with a great pair of jeans that you know that fit, and you're out the door. So it's pretty easy when you know.
What are the 5? What are the pieces that you should own for people who can't update their wardrobe on a seasonal basis?
I would say the best thing to do if you want to stay up to date or update slightly, actually in reverse, would be to opt for accessories. So you don't need a large budget. You want to make sure that you have a great pair of denim, because I think we are a denim society. We're not overly dressed up. People aren't walking around in suits anymore. It's sort of a little bit... Well, for men it's a little different, but for a woman, we've just gone a little bit more casual.
How about fascinators? How do you feel about those?
Those are
he likes.
they have their moments. But you're right
Fascinated
about the
by
jeans. I just got a pair of Deluxe, who helped me with my clothes. They said,
the
"Do you
J
have
brands, right?
the J brands?" They said to me, "Do you have a good pair of dark jeans to wear to work?" I'm like, surprisingly, no, I don't. And they were like, right away they knew. Apparently, Angelina Jolie wears these, but they're like, you can get them anywhere.
Yeah.
These J brand jeans, and
amazing
they
wash.
look great.
The dark
they feel
wash.
great.
They've got a slimming line, which elongates you also. I mean, denim, I think, is number one. And cardigans, it's great for layering.
Yeah.
Shannon's back. Hello. So here we have a darker denim. So automatically your eye is not drawn to her bottom half, okay? So when in turn, she looks a little bit more put together. She looks a little bit dressier. She doesn't look so casual like she's running around grocery shopping. But in turn, she could wear this grocery shopping, or she could wear this for dinner. So let's start with... So basically, we've got the dark denim here. We've got a cardigan on, and we've actually belted the cardigan so it actually shapes her waist. So it creates a little bit more proportion from the top to the mid to the bottom. And we've got this nice pop of color that was very flattering for her and actually make her eyes pop. She has blue eyes, so it's definitely a great color for her. And we just added a great, nothing too crazy with a scarf, just for a little bit of contrast and interest.
Right.
Did you feel comfortable, Shannon?
Yes. And it looks much more current.
Much more current, and it's still comfortable.
And
I didn't
belts
take
are
away.
the other thing. I always forget about belts. Belts make a huge difference with
Well,
an
you're
outfit.
cinching and it's creating that waist. So if you can't find items that have the structure already set in, it's a nice way to sort of create that waistline.
Amanda, thank you so much.
Thank
Amanda
you.
Cole, she's excuse me, an image consultant and a wardrobe stylist. We'll have information that can link you to Amanda on our website, morningshow.ca.